Hello friends, let's talk about property in Leo Ascendant horoscope. Property is very important to us. We get so attached to our house, and when we buy our first house, we make it our home, and it gives us an emotional satisfaction to a great level. And Winston Churchill also had said that we shape our buildings. Thereafter, the buildings shape us. So moving on to property in any horoscope. When we look at the property aspect of it, we have to see the fourth house for the property. And this is a Leo ascendant. Number 5 is written in the Lagna. The fourth house has number 8 written, which is the sign of Scorpio. And Mars is the lord of Scorpio. So Mars becomes the prime significator of property in this horoscope. At the same time, Mars, out of all the 9 planets, is the most important planet so far as property is concerned. So in Leo ascendant, Mars is very important, and we must know what Mars will do when it is placed in all the 12 houses of the horoscope. We will see this one by one. Thereafter, we should also know what will happen when other planets are placed in the fourth house. And once we know the planets, we can find out their dasha antardasha at the planet level or at the nakshatra level, so that we can make the best use of that dasha antardasha so far as buying or selling a property is concerned. So I will cover the remedies, upays and precautions which we must take in this horoscope so as to get best results regarding property. Moving on to Mars. When Mars is placed in the first house, the person will be very attached to his house. The person will want to procure a lot of property, land, a factory. And here we must remember that Mars is the significator of land and factories. So this position, when Mars is in the first house, will be good in the horoscope. When Mars is placed in the second house indicates self-earned money. So here the person will put all his energy into earning money and converting it into real estate. When Mars is placed in the third house, Mars has come opposite its sign of Aries and becomes detrimental. And therefore Mars is likely to create a little bit of issues here so far as property is concerned. Also, the third house being 12th to the fourth house denies the property. So in this case, we will find that most likely the person will sell his or her property. When Mars is placed in the fourth house, Mars has come to its own sign and becomes very strong to give very good results regarding the property. When Mars is placed in the fifth house, this is again a good position, and fifth house indicates our children, our amusement, etc. So the person during this period is likely to buy a land or a property which is for their children or connected to children, or the property could be connected to amusement such as amusement parks, cinema, theatre, art galleries, and these type of things. When Mars is placed in the sixth house, Mars in the sixth house becomes exalted in the sign of Capricorn, and so Mars becomes very strong to give the effects. However, sixth house is the house of litigations, as well as sixth house is the house of taking loan. So in case there is a connection with the good houses, that is, in case there is a good connection with Mercury, then we will find in that dasha antardasha, the person will purchase a property through taking loan. However, in case there is a connection with bad houses such as 8 or 12, in that case we will find that the person may get into legal issues regarding the property. When Mars is placed in the seventh house is the house of our marriage, business, partnership. So in this position, Mars being in the Kendra is likely to give good results, and the person here will purchase a property either for their wife or husband or spouse, or the person may also purchase a property as a part of their business. When Mars is placed in the eighth house is the house of all problems, but 8th house also indicates getting something in inheritance. So in this case, we will find that in case there is a connection with Mercury, then the person will get a property in inheritance, or the person may buy the property through maturing of life insurance policies and these kind of policies. However, when there is a connection with the bad houses or moon, in that case, in that Antardasha, we will find that the person will have problem so far as purchase of property is concerned, and he may have to sell the property. When Mars is placed in the 9th house, Mars has come to its own sign and becomes very strong to give good results regarding the property. And here the person is likely to purchase a property which is connected to religion or higher education. That is, he may buy a land for religious purposes, a temple, or the person may buy a school, a college, a land for these things, or a coaching center or a tuition center. These type of things. Also, the property that the person buys is likely to be quite far away from the person's house and may require a long travel to reach that place. When Mars is placed in the 10th house, Mars is opposite its sign, Scorpio, and becomes detrimental. And so here Mars will create a little bit of issues so far as property is concerned. However, in this position, if it is connected to good houses, then we will find that the person will obtain a property through inheritance. In case Mars is placed in the 11th house, 11th house is the house of our profits, gains, wish fulfillment, and this is a very good placement for Mars to be one of the best placements that we can find in the horoscope. And here the person will be able to buy or purchase a property, and the property may be slightly far away from where he is staying, and he may have to travel a long distance to reach that property. Also, the property could also be for welfare purposes, such as buying a land for a NGO, NPO, etc. When Mars is placed in the 12th house, Mars has come to the sign of Cancer and becomes debilitated. So the condition of cancellation of debilitation or Neej Bhang Yog must be checked very critically to analyze the results of Mars at this point. However, the 12th house also indicates foreign country, and Mars is the lord of the 9th house, which indicates long travel. And so in case the Dasha Antardasha is good, during this period the person will procure a property abroad, or the property could be connected to a hospital. Looking at rest of the planets, when Sun is placed in the 4th house, Sun is the lord of the 1st house. And here the soul of the person, as Sun represents the soul, has moved into his house or home, and the person will be very attached to his home, very attached to his property, and the person will make regular efforts to procure a property, and the property that the person gets will have a lot of lighting in it. When Moon is placed in the 4th house, Moon is the lord of the 4th sign, that is Cancer, and the 12th house, and Moon in the sign of Scorpio becomes Neech. However, since Moon is placed in a Kendra house, an automatic Neech Bhang Yog of Moon will take place. However, since Moon is also the lord of 12th house, which indicates weakness, so this condition must be checked very critically in this horoscope, because Moon also indicates a lot of ups and downs. And therefore, we must make sure that the Dasha Antardasha is not connected to bad houses. If the Dasha Antardasha is connected to Saturn or Jupiter, in that case the person will face problems, legal issues regarding the property and may have to sell the property. However, if the Dasha Antardasha is connected to Mercury, in that case we will find that the person will procure a property through the process of installments. In case Mercury is placed in this house, Mercury is the lord of the 2nd house and Mercury is the lord of the 11th house. This is the best combination which can occur in the horoscope, because the 2nd house indicates self-earned money and the 11th house indicates wish fulfillment or buying the property. And therefore, we will find that the person will buy a property through his or her own money. When Jupiter is placed in the 4th house, Jupiter is the lord of the 5th house and Jupiter is lord of the 8th house, which gives all kind of bad results. So here we will find that Jupiter will create some issues so far as purchase of property is concerned, especially if here the Dasha Antardasha is connected to Moon or Saturn. In that case, the problems will increase further. However, if the Dasha Antardasha is connected to Mercury, in that case, we will find that the person will get a property in inheritance, or the person may procure a property for his children or for amusement purposes such as a park, cinema, theatre, movie hall, these type of places. In case Venus is placed in this house, Venus is right opposite its own sign and Venus becomes detrimental, and so Venus will create some issues here when it comes to property. Also, when we look at this horoscope, Venus is the lord of the 3rd house, and the 3rd house is being 12th to the 4th house denies property. Therefore, during this period, we will find that the person will sell his property. However, in case the Dasha Antardasha is connected to the 11th house, in that case, the person will both sell the property and buy the property also, and the property that the person buys or sells will be a very beautiful property with good interior decorations like good sofas, wall paintings, curtains, etc. When Saturn is placed in this house, Saturn is the lord of the 6th house and the 7th house. 6th house indicates legal issues, and 6th house also indicates taking a loan. So we will find, in case the Dasha Antardasha is connected to Jupiter or Moon, in that case the person will get into legal hassles regarding their property. However, in case it is connected to Mercury, in that case the person will procure a property by taking a loan, and the person could also procure a property for their business. That is, their business itself may involve dealing in property or being a property dealer themselves. Overall, if we look at this horoscope, we will find that Mars plays the most important role in this horoscope, and Mercury, being the lord of the 11th house and the 2nd house, becomes one of the most important planets so far as purchase of property is concerned. So we must do the remedies accordingly of Mars and Mercury. To get best results regarding purchase of property in Leo Ascendant horoscope, on Tuesdays, pray to Lord Hanumanji, go to his temple and read Hanuman Chalisa. Also, as a lifetime precaution, maintain very good relations with your brothers. Third remedy is on Wednesdays to feed birds. And the last remedy is once again a lifetime precaution, to be at your best behavior with small girls and your daughters. Doing all these things will enable these planets to give you best results regarding property, regarding purchase of property in your horoscope if you are a Leo Ascendant. I hope you would have understood the basics of property in Leo Ascendant. See you in the next video. Thank you.